What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here today on NBA 2K24 here with another rebuild, as today we're going to be doing the Washington Wizards. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. Also, boys, before we go any further in this rebuild, I have some exciting news. For those of you who have wanted to hear my opinion outside of just 2K or hear me talk about basketball, that time has finally arrived. I have partnered with Blazers Uprise, and there's going to be a podcast episode featuring me and Eric today, or Eric and I is probably the better way to say it, over there on their channel. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description below to that video, down to their channel below as well. There's going to be a bunch of podcast episodes, but I will be featured over there every Wednesday, and I'll also be doing some watch parties over there as well. So I will be live at times on there as well. So if you want to go subscribe to them and go check out today's video, it is a hour-long podcast, my thoughts on the Damian Lillard trade and some other things as well. So if you want to go check that out, link to both of those things are down in the description below. The time has finally arrived for me to talk some hoops outside of just 2K. So if you guys could go support over there, that'd be greatly appreciated. I know you guys are going to go show some love. I know how great you guys are. So thank you so much for that. But with that all being said, as I told you guys, we're rebuilding the Wizards today. So the Washington Wizards, they're an interesting team. Obviously, they were able to re-sign Kyle Kuzma. They brought in Jordan Poole, should have all the freedom in the world. Tyus Jones, really solid point guard. I think a lot of teams would be lining up for him at the trade deadline. Gafford, DeLon Wright, Corey Kispert, Bilal Coulibaly is their young rookie. They have Johnny Davis still here. They have Deni Avdija. So there is a lot of interesting pieces here in DC. I think for this first season, I'm going to mainly, this is going to sound weird, but I think I'm mainly going to focus on the veterans, getting their value as high as possible. Once we get to the trade deadline, we can ship them off. So that's basically the game plan. So how we're going to do that is we are going to prioritize starting Kuzma, Jordan Poole, Danilo Gallinari, Tyus Jones. Like, we're going to start all those guys. And then at the trade deadline, we're going to trade all of them. We're going to try to anyway. We're going to try to get rid of all of them, especially Kyle Kuzma. So here's what our rotation is going to look like going into this season. Jordan Poole, Landry Shamet, Kuzma, Gallinari, Gafford, Tyus Jones, Corey Kispert. I'm actually going to go ahead and fix this real quick. I actually want to have Tyus Jones start next to Poole. So I'm going to have Jordan Poole run the 2. We'll do this. So Tyus Jones will run the 1, Jordan Poole at the 2, Kuzma at the 3, Gallinari at the 4, and Gafford at the 5. Corey Kispert off the bench, DeLon Wright, who is another guy I think teams will line up for. And then you have Deni Avdija, Landry Shamet, and then Mike Muscala. And then that obviously leaves like Bilal Coulibaly and Johnny Davis out of the rotation, which is not great for a rebuilding team. But there's just so many vets here that I think I kind of want to wait on playing them right away. And basically what we're going to do with them, because obviously they're not going to be playing, is we're definitely going to send Bilal to the G League. I think he could be really good right away if we just played him. But again, we have just so many vets in this rotation that I want to just try to give the vets the minutes for now. And I know that doesn't make a ton of sense, but bear with me. And then I'm also going to go ahead and send Johnny Davis down there as well. He's a 71 overall. I have no idea how much he's going to develop. I think we send both these guys to the G League, let them develop as much as possible, and then next season we're ready, basically. So I will most likely see you guys at the trade deadline for year 1. Like, there's no way I'm not signing with the trade deadline, because there's so many pieces that we could ship off here. We could even ship off Jordan Poole if we wanted, but I think I'll most likely keep Jordan Poole. We'll see. But like Kuzma, I mean, even maybe Gafford, although Gafford's still somewhat young. DeLon Wright for sure. Gallinari. Like, there's a lot of pieces here that we could ship off. So I will see you guys at the trade deadline. I expect to be pretty damn bad. We'll see how things go. And hopefully we can get some good value for some of our vets in our rotation. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player prop site that allows you to choose the overs or unders on the players you love watching. So basically, you just watch a game like normal and also make some picks and choose the overs or unders on the players, like I said, that you like watching. So of course, Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and this is what it looks like when you get on the screen. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine. Obviously, we're still waiting on NBA, but right now the NFL is going on. They have all kinds of stats you can imagine as well. You choose between 2 to 6 players. 2 players is 5 times, up to 6 players can be 25 times your money. Prize Picks also matches your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. In order to sign up for Prize Picks, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables to sign up. And a tool I'm using this year is DGF's Fantasy Optimizer Tool and Correlation Tool. Basically, they do the math for you. You don't even really have to think about anything. All you have to do is just look at the interface. They'll have some picks for you, and you can go ahead and choose which ones are your favorite, choose the top ones, whatever you want to do. They do the math for you. They show you what's profitable long term. So in order to sign up for the DGF's Correlation Optimizer Tool, link down in the description below. Use code Crushables when you sign up. Thank you to Prize Picks and DGF for sponsoring today's video. I told you guys we were stopping at the trade deadline to make some trades, and here we are with Tyus Jones. I'm getting a 2028 unprotected Miami Heat pick for Tyus Jones. I think we take this all day and run with it. Do take Doug Robinson's horrible contract on, but that doesn't really matter for us because obviously we're rebuilding big time here, especially after this trade deadline. We're going to be a very, very young team. So we're going to go ahead and take this trade for the Miami Heat. This gives them an upgrade at the point guard spot anyway. So I think they would definitely do that trade. And the main reason why we're also making some huge trades here is we're 21 and 29 and we're the 10th seed in the East. We're too good. We're just too good. I want to be as bad as possible. I want to have a high draft pick. I want to be able to draft maybe Isaiah Collier or whoever to add to this team, because right now we have no business being a playing team. We just can't. That's just not the direction I want to be in right now. So we go ahead and ship off Tyus Jones as my light in the background falls. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just leave it, okay? So I try to put it back on. It fell while I was simulating, and it fell again. So I'll have to fix it later, all right? So just bear with me on that. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and start to trade the rest of these guys here. So I think we're going to go ahead and start with DeLon Wright next. We're going to see what we can get for him. Trying to see if I can get 2 second-round picks off the Kings for DeLon Wright. JaVale McGee is just salary filler in this situation. They're not interested, so I think we can only get 1 second off them. So we'll go ahead and do that trade. So we get a second-round pick for DeLon Wright. 2 seconds would have been cool, but it's all good. Next is Danilo Gallinari. I don't expect much for him. I think if we can just get like a second-round pick from somebody, that's fine. If not, I'll just keep him. He can walk in the offseason. Just take a look. So the Miami Heat are actually offering me a first-round pick, but that feels a little unrealistic, so I'm not doing that trade. Second-round pick, we traded first. I'm good on that. Rashawn Holmes in a second. So the Mavericks give us Rashawn Holmes. They get a power forward that could help Luka. Danilo Gallinari. We'll do it. Rashawn Holmes contract, I believe, has an option next year, but that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and do this trade. And then last but certainly not least is going to be Kyle Kuzma, I believe. I don't think there's anyone else I'm looking to trade here necessarily. So yeah, Kyle Kuzma is the last piece of this puzzle. I'm going to keep Jordan Poole, but Kuzma, I am going to have to trade you. If I can get, yeah, he's averaging 21 points per game. If I can get 2 firsts, that's my ideal dream, but we'll see if we can get that. So the best trade that I see is this one where we get Clint Capella and a 2028 first. Now, I would love to see if I can get another first out of them, even if it's just like a pick swap or something like that. So I doubt they say yes to this, but I'm going to offer anyway. So they're going to want my 2026 unprotected Mike Muscala. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to get 2 firsts out of them, and we can also flip Capella in the offseason, which is why I'm okay with this. But maybe this pick swap instead, see what they say to that. They want Mike Muscala to give me a 2028 pick swap. I think I'm okay with this. We get a 2028 unprotected and a 2026. I project to be pretty good at this point. So we're going to go ahead and do this trade. We trade them Kyle Kuzma, Muscala. We also get Capella, who I think I could flip for a first round pick in the offseason anyway. And we get Bruno Fernando as a throw-in. So we're going to do this trade. And just like that, that hopefully should make us 10 times worse as we keep going through the season. So they also want to start McGee over Capella. That's fine with me. I'm absolutely going to flip Capella in the offseason. There's no plans of keeping him. Gafford is hurt, but he will be back soon. Other than that, I will see you guys at the end of the season. Let's see how we finish out, and hopefully we bottom out to like a terrible team in the lottery. So at the end of year number 1, we still won way too many games. We finished up as a 12th seed in the East, but overall, 24 points from Jordan Poole, 13 from Doug Robinson, 12 and 12 from Capella, 11 and 9 from Gafford, 11 from Corey Kispert, 11 from Danny Avdia, and then 10 from Landry Shaman. Let's just go ahead and see who wins the championship real quick. I'm just ready to get straight into the offseason. I want to see if we can get like Collier in the lottery. I think that is my target. Isaiah Collier is who I want to be our point guard of the future. Jimmy Butler, even without Damian Lillard, goes out there, and I guess they lose to the Grizzlies in the finals. So player retirements. We're going to have Chris Paul retiring. Kyle Lowry's retiring. I'm going to go ahead and override Chris Paul, but let's get straight into the draft lottery. So in the lottery, I'm hoping, I want to see what our best odds are. What are our best odds? So your projected pick number looks like number 5. Okay, so we have the 5th best odds at number 1. That would be great if we could find a way to jump up. And we are going to be at 6. So we fell to 1 pick, which sucks. And I don't think we have anybody else's pick in this draft, I'm pretty sure. So unfortunately for us, pick number 6, that sucks. I would have loved to have been like top 4 at least. But I'm going to follow this coaching staff, and I'll see you guys on draft night. Looks like the Pistons already fired Monty Williams, so I went ahead and hired him here to be our head coach in DC. So welcome to DC, Monty Williams. But now we can go ahead and get straight into the draft. So I don't think there's anybody I'm wanting to trade on draft night necessarily. Obviously, we could trade like Gafford or whoever else we wanted to, but I'm cool. I think I just want to jump into the draft and see what we can get. So number 1, Justin Edwards. Number 2 is Alex Sarr. Number 3 is Montez Buzelis. Number 4, Adam Mara. Number 5, Cody Williams. And I could take Alex Sarr here. Or did he go already? Am I tripping? Oh, he went. What am I talking about? So I am going to take Isaiah Collier here. I think Isaiah Collier is a no-brainer pick. He becomes an absolute stud. We need a point guard anyway. So welcome to DC, Isaiah Collier. We have our point guard of the future now. So we also have a late second round pick. I'll take Deron Holmes here. And that will be our draft. So just like that, walking away with Isaiah Collier feels really, really good. We didn't get him yesterday, but now we have him today. So I feel really good. So now Isaiah Collier, Deron Holmes, I'm going to sign both of them. Player options, Rashawn Holmes is going to accept. And then Patrick Baldwin, I'm going to accept as well. Johnny Davis will accept. Qualifying offers, Danny Avdia, Eugene, and Jared Butler. I will extend the qualifying offer on Danny Avdia. He averaged 11 points per game this season. I mean, I'm not trying to pay him like that much money. We'll see what he's asking for. Let's see. He's asking for 13 million. That's not bad. So we're going to probably just sign him. So Collier's going to be our new point guard. We have Landry Shamet still, who I could probably move to backup. That way Johnny Davis can play backup too next year. So let's move Landry Shamet to backup point guard. And then we'll have Collier and Landry Shamet. We'll have Poole, Johnny Davis. We'll have Robinson, Corey Kispert, Belil Kalabali. So these three will fight over the small forward spot. And then power forward spot, we have nothing other than obviously Danny Avdia. Oh, then Capella. I do want to trade him. So we're going to go ahead and trade Clint Capella now because I do not have any intentions of keeping him. The Kings are willing to offer me a 2026 lottery protected pick and Barnes. I'm going to play Barnes at the 4 this year and we get a first round pick for Capella. So that's fine with me. So Barnes is going to be kind of a veteran on this team, which is fine. So we'll move him to the 4. He's probably not going to play very much anyway. So I'm not really too upset with that. So Barnes will be the backup 4. And we'll have Daniel Gafford, Rashawn Holmes, and Bruno Fernando. I don't think I'm signing anybody in free agency. At this point, the only thing I'm going to do is obviously re-sign Danny Avdia. So we're going to re-sign Danny Avdia to a 4-year deal, and that will be our free agency. I don't think I'm doing anything else. I don't think there's anybody else I want necessarily. I mean, I think we might have cap space. We might, no, we don't. So I'm not going to sign anyone in free agency. I kind of wanted to see what player progression is going to look like. Bilal is going to play this year. Johnny Davis is going to play this year. How much is Poole developing, and how much is everyone else developing? Basically, is the main thing here. So Poole's up to an 83. Honestly, I don't think Poole stays on this team throughout the video. I think there's a chance we could trade him at the deadline next year. Gafford's up to 79. Danny Avdia's up to a 79. Corey Kispert's up. Below is up to a 76. Johnny Davis is up to a 74. Barnes is down like crazy. Robinson's down like crazy. So I'm not surprised by that. Patrick Baldwin, Jared Butler are up as well. So that's great. But yeah, we're still very much in the rebuild phase. Like, we are not even far from out of it. Like, we are still in the beginning stages, honestly, because Jordan Poole, I think we ship him at the trade deadline. I don't know if there's really going to be a future for him here. He's up to an 83 overall. If he's not going to develop into like an 88, I don't see the point of keeping him. So, especially at his age. So I'm going to probably, obviously bottom out once we get the trade deadline, because we could give our best chance at Cooper Flagg in the draft. Like, that's what we want. I mean, that's what you'd want every time. So Collier, Jordan Poole, Corey Kispert, Danny Avdia, Gafford, Duncan Robinson, below Kalabali, Harrison Barnes, and then Landry Shamet and Bruno Fernando. The only thing I do want to fix here is I want Johnny Davis to get these last few minutes. And other than that, we should be good. I'm going to send Deron Holmes to the G League. Other than that, I will most likely see you guys at the trade deadline to ship off Jordan Poole and bottom out as much as physically possible. So I'm talking to the Charlotte Hornets about Jordan Poole at the trade deadline. I don't know if they would ever do this, but Jordan Poole for Terry Rozier, and if I can get 1 first or 2 firsts out of them, I would do this in a heartbeat. We could also flip Rozier later on. So we're basically getting guys and just flipping for more picks. So let's see what they say to this. They're going to say no. They want my top 5 2026 pick. I don't think I can do that. I mean, we're about to be in the 2025 draft class, and I don't think I want to just sacrifice my 2026 pick, although we do get 2 unprotected, but I can't do that. So I would do it for a 2029 unprotected. If we get a 2029 unprotected for Poole, I would do it in a heartbeat, and they're going to want my 2nd round pick. You know what? We got a 1st round pick for Jordan Poole, and then we could also flip Terry Rozier for a 1st round pick later on. Poole is averaging, let's see, what is he averaging this season? He's averaging 21 points per game. But this is ultimately going to make us worse. Rozier doesn't do as good as Poole in the simulation, so we're doing this trade. There wasn't like the greatest options in the world. I mean, keep in mind, Jordan Poole is making $30 million, so trading him is not the easiest thing in the world. And then Rozier is going to ultimately play here for the rest of the season, and then obviously after that, he will be shipped off as soon as possible, and then we should have the end of obviously having all these vets here, and then we're just fully going to be with the young guys. So Barnes is another guy we could trade here, but I don't really see what we get for him. I'll probably trade him in the offseason, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep simulating. We're the 9th seed in the East right now, so once again, we're way too good. I'm hoping with Jordan Poole being gone, we start to obviously tank a little bit. So Isaiah Collier did end up winning Rookie of the Year, which is a great sign going forward, obviously. And here are the rest of your awards. Giannis MVP, you got 6-man Chris Paul, Defensive Player, also in Kuminga. But nothing really matters here. Obviously, Isaiah Collier making All-Rookie First Team is great to see. But ultimately, we were still bad, which is kind of what we wanted, obviously. But we had 18 points from Isaiah Collier, 17 from Rozier, and 12 from Doug Robinson, 11 and 10 from Daniel Gafford. So let's go ahead and sum up these playoffs, and let's see who wins the championship. And our pick this offseason is top 10 protected. So I think it's going to ultimately go to the Rockets, or it should anyway. It should reflect that on 2K, but in real life, it is top 10 protected. So we're hoping our pick falls in the top 10. Obviously, I want number 1. I want to draft Cooper Flag. That's what I want. Will I get that lucky today? I highly doubt it, but we'll see. So draft lottery time. Here goes nothing. We are projected pick number 5. So we're once again kind of given the best or the same odds as last year. 10.5% chance. Let's see where our pick ends up. Again, it's top 10 protected, so it should stay in the top 10. So regardless, we should have a lottery pick here to add next to Isaiah Collier, which is great. But I would love nothing more for the 2K aboves to come out here and bless me with the number 1 overall pick. So here goes nothing, and we get number 6. So once again, we get literally the same pick as last year. Unfortunate, unreal, that sucks. But regardless, we get to add a young rookie to this team, and that's ultimately what you want. So I have to go get that pick from the Rockets, and then other than that, I don't know if I have anybody else's pick in this draft. It doesn't look like it. So I am going to go ahead and get that pick back, and then I'll see you guys on draft night. The Brooklyn Nets are willing to give me an early 2nd round pick for Terry Rozier, and we get a Kogi as well. So we're going to go ahead and do this trade to dump Terry Rozier, and now that has officially been the end of the flipping of the players. We've officially done it, and now there's really nobody else that I think I can flip, really. So we have a clean slate finally, and like this, what is this, the 2nd offseason of the video? So let's just get straight into the draft, and let's see who we can get with our 6th overall pick. The Cooper Flag dream is dead. He goes number 1 to the Jazz. That really sucks, man. I would have loved to have had him. Dylan Harper to the Bulls. We got Nikola going to the Spurs. Number 3, Ace Bailey. Number 4 is going to be Amari, and number 5 is going to be, or just kidding, this is number 6 what I'm talking about. We can get Trey Johnson or VJ. I mean, either way, or Aaron Bradshaw. So I think I'm going to take Trey Johnson here, which is going to give us a backcourt of Trey Johnson and Isaiah Collier for the future. So I can live with that. So we're going to do that. And I don't think we had another 1st. We had an early 2nd, of course, from that trade I just made. So we're going to go ahead and take Arthur Kumala here, or Kluma, however you say it. And then we got, I mean, do we have like a big at all? Gary Atkins. Don't know if he'll be any good, but I'm going to welcome to the team regardless. So Illinois State, 6'10", big. We got a 76 overall shooting guard, so I feel good about that. So now we have a backcourt of the future. I'm going to sign Arthur Kluma. I'm not going to sign these two, though. And then player options, we have Doug Robinson, easily declining that. Len Shimmy, easily declining that as well. Fernando, Patrick Baldwin, Deron Holmes. I'm going to accept Deron Holmes, but the rest of you guys can go. So, qualifying offers, Butler and Kispert. I have an interest in bringing back Kispert as well. But free agency, we have Corey Kispert as a free agent, Robinson, and Bruno Fernando. So, right now, at the moment, we have our backcourt of the future with Collier and Trey Johnson. We have Josh Okogie and Bilal Coulibaly, which I don't mind. Then have Dia, Harrison Barnes, and we have Daniel Gafford. I'm going to bring Corey Kispert back. So, that'll be our other 4 that we'll be playing. And then a center is kind of what I want as well. So I think we could use a backup point guard, but I kind of want a center of the future. I like Gafford, but I don't know if he projects to be our starting center for the future. We do have cap space, so we could technically maybe afford to go overpay somebody like Şengün, for instance. I don't know if anybody is really going to pay Şengün $33 million. I just don't know if that is, I could be wrong. Obviously, this is years out. He could turn into an absolute stud. I think he's pretty good. But I don't know if he is or ever going to be. I mean, DeAndre didn't got paid this much, so I guess technically he could as well. But I'm kind of feeling the idea of throwing him some money. I don't ever get him anyway. He is restricted. Siakam is here, but I think we're going to go ahead and throw Şengün some money. Why not? We have cap space. We're the Washington Wizards. We're obviously going to have to overpay somebody to bring him here. So 22-year-old center, sign me up for that. He is restricted. Let's see if Houston is willing to match it. Corey Kispert, I'm bringing back as well. And then a backup point guard I can sign for the low. Monte Morris, a Davion Mitchell, who's only 26 still, or Bones Highland, or Jalen Noel. Like, there's a lot of good options here. Or even a Killian Hayes. I'm going to sign Killian Hayes to a 2-year deal. So we can get those 3 in free agency. I'd feel pretty solid. And we're going to secure all 3, I think, unless Killian Hayes can't be signed. No, we got all 3 in free agency. So obviously, Washington not known as a, like, free agency spending team. But if you were to go out there and overpay somebody like Şengün, I think you can get away with it. So now we have Şengün as our center of the future, with Trey Johnson and Isaiah Collier. Then we have Killian Hayes, Johnny Davis still below Coulibaly. So I feel pretty solid. I'm going to move. Should I move Kispert to the 4? He goes down, so I'm not going to do that. Then you have Dia can stay at the 4. Okogie. And then who else? I mean, Coulibaly at the 4. I guess I'll just leave it. So we're just going to have 3 small forwards and 1 power forward in the rotation. But let's see what player progression is looking like. I'm assuming Collier's going to go up like crazy, and I'm hoping Johnny Davis and Bilal can go up pretty nicely. So Şengün's only an 85. Collier's up to an 80. Avdia up to an 80. Kispert up to an 80. Bilal's up to a 79, and John Davis is up to a 77. So this is the first year I don't feel the need to stop at the trade deadline to make any trades. We have the full freedom to all the young pieces on the team. So I feel pretty good about this. Now, are we going to be a playoff team or a play-in team? I wouldn't rule it out because we've been really close the last 2 seasons. So, like, I'm not going to, like, rule it out. But ultimately, I don't care what happens. Like, there's no pressure for me this season. This is, like, the first season, I feel like, where we have, like, no vets, a bunch of young players. And, I mean, we have Barnes, obviously, but he's not going to play, like, a huge role. Power King's going to land us at 26. So, there's no expectations. We have Collier. They want to start Johnny Davis, which is fine. He's been here. He has a seniority, but hopefully Trey Johnson could maybe take that role in the future. We have a 10-man rotation. Bench utilization is up to a 90. I'm going to move that down like crazy. And then let's see what it looks like now. So Collier, Johnny Davis, Kispert, Deni Avdia, Şengün, Gafford, Bilal Coulibaly, Josh Okogie, Killian Hayes, and then Trey Johnson. So I feel really solid about this rotation. I'm hoping Trey Johnson can maybe overcome Johnny Davis. But hey, if Johnny Davis wants to be good, that's fine as well. So I'm feeling pretty solid about all this. So I will see you guys at the end of year 3. I have no expectation for the season. If we're a play-in team, that's fantastic. A playoff team, that's even better. If we're just a lottery team, that's fine as well. We do get Trey Johnson making an all-rookie first team, which is great to see, but ultimately, it was another pretty bad year for us. We're not quite ready to be a playoff team again. So if you take a look at the player stats, you had 20 points from Collier, 18 from Şengün with 10 rebounds, 12 from Deni Avdia with 7 rebounds, 12 from Johnny Davis, and then 10 from Corey Kispert, 9 from Gafford, 9 from Killian Hayes, and 8.5 from Trey Johnson, 8 from Bilal Coulibaly. So once again, we're not in the playoff dance, which sucks, but you know, it's fine. As I said, there was no expectations going into the season, and our pick is top 8 protected, so this could be like our last chance to have a lottery pick again, as the Hornets actually went on to win the championship, funny enough. LaMelo Ball is your finals MVP, so I guess Jordan Poole really helped him out. But let's go to the lottery. So on lottery night, obviously, we are hoping to get a really good pick here, so we're also projected the Kings pick. If I remember correctly, that pick was already protected, though, so we'll see. We have the 3rd best odds at maybe getting Cameron Boozer here, so that would be pretty solid. Lets him get the #1 overall pick, and we get number 2 and number 3. Wow. Okay. Number 2 and number 3. That is actually pretty insane. I'm not really sure. I know I made a trade with the Hawks earlier. Was that from when I traded for Capella? When did I give them again for Capella? I forgot, to be honest. Oh, it was Kuzma. Was that from the Kuzma trade? We have number 2 and number 3. Obviously, we don't have number 1, but that's fine. Number 2 and number 3. We get to add 2 really good players to this team. Sign me up for that. Monty Williams, we're going to leave, and I'm going to fill out the rest of this coaching staff. We have 2 back-to-back picks on lottery night. Could not have worked out any better. So let's see what the Thunder take up top. They're going to take Cameron Boozer, which kind of sucks. Obviously, I would have loved to have had him, but we're going to take Koa Pete here. And then at number 3, I mean, do we take Bryson Tiller or do we take Harrington? I mean, we have Isaiah Collier already, although Harrington averaged 17 and 14.5. Tiller, on the other hand, you know, he's 6'9" as well. We can add him to the team. And we also have like Dylan or Drake Powell. And then, so I don't know which one I want to take. Bryson Tiller, let's see. I guess I should look at this really quick. So starter or all-star, ceiling is all-star, floor is bench. And then Harrington, kind of same thing, Magic Johnson. I feel like we take, my gut is telling me to take Harrington here. So I'm going to take Harrington. So Harrington is going to be my pick. There's a good chance we don't keep him. We might be able to just trade him later on. And then I don't know if this was another 1st-round pick or not. Where are we in? No, we're in the 2nd round. So I'm not even going to really care about that too much. So 78, 78. And then Bryce Tiller is a 78 as well. So I could have taken him. Would have been really good. But we get Koa Pete and Harrington on draft night. That's pretty solid. Welcome to the team, both of you. And then player options, Collier, Bilal Coulibaly, and Arthur Kaluma are all free agents. So we'll extend those. Johnny Davis will extend a offer on him as well. Or that was an option, I think. So, or no, that was a qualifying offer. That was, the other 2 were team options. I'm stupid. So, Johnny Davis, what did he do on the season right now? So he averaged 13 or 12 points per game, 34% shooting from 3. Barnes I'm not bringing back. Gafford I'm definitely bringing back, though, as a backup 5. So I'm going to sign Gafford back. You want me to renounce Johnny Davis? I don't want to do that necessarily yet. I'm just going to secure Gafford real quick, and I'm going to think about some things. So, $17 million. We just drafted another guard here, 6'5", LZ Harrington, or however you say his name. Trey Johnson. We have Kispert below, and Koa Pete now added to the team, which I think we can move one of these guys to the 4 and we'll be fine. Have a good forward rotation. So, after I moved Koa Pete there, does he go up? He goes down like crazy. Wow. So, we're going to leave him at small forward. Below goes down as well. Kispert goes down as well. So, we're going to just have to leave them all at small forward, which is fine. Okay. as far as these guys go, if I move Harrington to the 2, he goes up. I think we let Johnny Davis go. I don't know. Do we do that? Because we have Killian Hayes. We have Harrington now. And we have... I don't know. I think I'm cool. I don't think I need to pay Johnny Davis $17 million. I don't think that's the best thing to go about things. So I'm going to let Johnny Davis go. As critical or as hurtful as that may sound, I'm going to let him walk. Johnny Davis, thank you for services, but we're going to let you go, man. And we're going to go to player progression because I know Collier, I think, is going to go up like crazy. Hopefully, Trey Johnson goes up like crazy. I don't know if I'll get that lucky, but we'll see what the rest of the guys do. So, Collier's up to an 85. That's great. Koulibaly's up to a 82. Dani Avdija, 81. Trey Johnson, 79. Corey Kispert, and then Harrington, of course, moved him. So, I feel really good about our rotation. And my lights fell again. 3 of them fell this time. All right. I'll have to fix that later. I'm not going to fix it again. So I will see you guys. And that actually scared the crap out of me. I don't know if you guys noticed. But I will see you guys at the end of... Actually, let's look at this rotation really quick. Rotation is Isaiah Collier, Harrington below Koulibaly, Dani Avdija, Alperen Şengün, Corey Kispert, Daniel Gafford, Trey Johnson, Koa P, and also Killian Hayes as your rotation. So... proficiency is a 4-star balanced at pace and space. We can also, no, only 3.5. So we're going to go ahead and move Monty Williams to a balanced system. I don't know if we're making the playoffs this year, but I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance we can be a playoff team. Hopefully we can be, because obviously we've been rebuilding for quite some time now. Although we are still a super young roster, so the expectation shouldn't be that high. But with Collier jumping up, Şengün 86, and a bunch of young guys on the team, we know 2K loves their younger rosters. So there's a chance we definitely could be a playoff team this year. So I'm stopping the trade deadline because we're 19 and 33 on the season, and I just feel like we have too many young guys to ultimately make it work. I think we need to make a consolidation trade, basically. And there's one guy I'm looking at in particular, because I was looking around the league on some guys I could bring in, and that is going to be Toronto's Scotty Barnes. The main position I feel like we need is the power forward spot, and Scotty Barnes obviously would fit that bill very nicely. So I am going for Scotty Barnes here at the trade deadline to see if I can bring him on the team. He's got 4 years left of his contract. He's averaging 17 points per game right now. So I'm going to see if I can get Scotty Barnes on this team. I'm willing to offer, like, Dani Avdija if I need to. I'll offer Trey Johnson if I need to as well. And I'll also offer, like, Killian Hayes. I don't know if that's going to get it done, but let's see if we could take, like, Ujman here, or however you say his name. And this trade's illegal for them still. And then Mikey Williams, who's only making $2 million, or like Jared Butler instead. So, Dani Avdija, Trey Johnson, Killian Hayes, and then I'll offer you my Sacramento 2027 unprotected pick. I'm not looking to add another rookie to this team anyway. So, Trey Johnson and 2027 unprotected for Barnes. What do you say? They agree. So, just like that, we got Scotty Barnes on the team. So, I think we needed to make a consolidation trade, which that feels really good. So, Barnes is listed as small forward right now. I'm moving down to the power forward. He does go down in overall, which sucks, but I think at the end of the day, him at the small forward is going to look a lot better anyway. And then Harrington, I'm going to have secondary position be point guard as well. So Harrington and Collier is our backcourt of the future. So that is what we're rolling with. So it's Collier, Harrington, Bilal, Barnes, Gafford, Corey Kispert, Koa P, and then Şengün obviously is hurt at the moment. But bench is pretty bad, but I feel good. I still feel all right. Bench could use some work, but we'll fix it as we get further into things. But I will see you guys at the end of this season. I don't think we make a play and run this year, but next year, I absolutely want to be a playoff team. So Harrington wins Rookie of the Year, which is great to see. That's obviously something we want to see. So him and Collier for the backcourt of the future feels really, really good. But ultimately, we're still not a playoff team. I don't know how many seasons we've done at this point, but I know we've done quite a few, and we are still not a playoff team just yet. But next year is when I plan on making us a playoff team. Like, we should ultimately be a playoff team. The window should be next year. I thought it could have been this last year, but it wasn't. But let's go to the lottery. So we're not going to have our pick this time around. It is going to go to the Rockets, and they have the 8th overall pick. The Raptors, we gave them the number 1 overall pick for Scotty Barnes. I didn't feel like adding another rookie to this team, so I'm not really too upset with that anyway. Obviously, if this was real life, you feel pretty dumb if you did that, but we're in 2K, and I'm looking to freaking make that freaking playoffs at this point. So let's go ahead and get straight into player options. I'm just going to fill out a bench. We have our starting 5 pretty much set, and then we got to figure out what we need to do. So Collier, we're going to accept that team option. He's up to an 86 overall. We have Bilal as a free agent, which is going to be important to bring him back. And then free agency, Vic is a free agent. And then do we have like money to sign like a Victor Wembanyama? We almost kind of do. Or no, we don't. What am I talking about? So Collier, Şengün, Barnes, Kispert, Gafford, Harrington, Koa Pete. So that is looking pretty good. So we need to bring back Koulibaly. Obviously we have Kispert and Koa Pete, but we need to bring back Koulibaly to still be one of our forwards. And then we need to sign a guard as well. So free agency, We can bring back Tyus Jones. We can bring Talon Horn Tucker in or Kyle Lewis Jr. Give me Kyle Lewis Jr. and then give me below Kalabali. He is asking for quite a bit, which feels, bro, 9 points. You're going to ask for $30 million. Like, are we serious right now? I don't even know if I can take that seriously. Do I even sign him to that? I don't. I'm not signing him to that. That's just so dumb. So I'm not signing below for $30 million when he's averaging 9 points per game. We're not doing it. So he can come back as qualifying offer if he wants. I'm not paying him that much money. He's insane. I still want him back because he's our best overall. But if someone's willing to give you $30 million, then GG's, I guess, you know, good for you. I lost you in free agency. That's fine. I still need to sign like a few other guys though for depth though. So I'm going to sign like Met2 to a minimum, and I'm going to sign like Chris Dunn to a minimum or something. So we'll sign those two for minimum contracts. And below, if you come back on your qualifying offer, that's great. And he is going to be back as qualifying offer with $12 million. So Isaiah Colliers up to an 89, Şengün 86, Barnes 86, Harrington 83, Kalabali's only 83, Koa Pete is up 3 overall. So rotationally, we look pretty solid. Now we will see how things go. We're about to be in the year of 2028, so you can almost call this a 10-year rebuild. We're almost there. I think this is going to be like 6 seasons, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly where we're at, but it's all built up to this moment. I don't even actually care about the draft class at this point. I'll just auto-generate these rookies. I'm ready to make the playoffs. That's where I'm at. Like, I don't care about drafting anymore. We're at a point where that doesn't matter. Power ranking does land us at 4th overall, so hopefully that translates to something good. 4.5 proficiency, so you'd think that things are going to go well this season. 9-man rotation, Collier, Harrington, Kalabali, Barnes, Şengün, Koa Pete, Kispert, Gafford, and Kyle Lewis Jr. I will see you guys at the end of this season, and hopefully power ranking 4th is reflective on our record. We're so far into the video that Luka Doncic is in a Warriors jersey. That's how far we are. Trey Johnson ends up winning 6th man of the year. He's up to an 83 overall, so obviously we kind of gave up on him too quickly, but we had another guard, so it wasn't that bad. But regardless, I don't know if we get like Collier on an all-NBA. Actually, he does make an all-NBA 3rd team, 89 overall, 27 and 8. So yeah, we'll take that each and every day. And then Harrington makes an all-defensive 2nd team, which is actually a great sign with 19 and 7. So feeling pretty solid about this. We are the 2nd seed in the East. So the record was absolutely reflective on what 2K listed us as power ranking. So 27 points from Collier, 19 from Harrington, 16 from Şengün, 14 from Barnes, and then 14 from Koa Pete, 9 from below Kalabali, 8 from Kyle Lewis, and then 8 from Kispert, who is hurt at the moment, and then Gafford was 6 and 6. Do we win a championship this year? I have no idea, but I would love nothing more than to go out there and win a championship. We get to play the Magic, who have Jalen Bell, Harrell, Franz Wagner, Paulo, Donovan Clingan, Mark Williams, Oshai Abaji, Isaac, Isaiah Evans, and Sid. So here goes nothing. Here's a rotation. Hopefully we can go out here and beat the Magic. So game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, they do win. Game 4, they even it up. All right. Do we go to 8-man rotation? I think we do. We're going to go 8-man rotation. I don't want to play any games here. I'm trying to go to the finals, honestly. I'm looking to go to the finals already. We shouldn't probably be able to do that because we're still a very young roster, but that's what I'm looking to do. So if we can come out here, win game 5, and then game 6, we're chilling. So we win game 5, 37 from Collier, and all we need to do now is win game 6, and we're in the 2nd round. Now, we do have Boston in front of us, but obviously right now we got to worry about the Magic, which is a back-and-forth game so far. But it looks like as long as we hang on to the lead, we're moving on, and we are going to move on to the 2nd round. 27 and 5 from Collier, 19 and 19 from Şengün. Now we get Boston. So I'm assuming Boston looks somewhat the same. So Kalabali does get hurt, but only day-to-day, so he's fully healthy. So we're fully healthy still, which is great. They have Davidson as their point guard. They have Brown. They have Tatum, Porzingis, Rubin as their starting center. And, I mean, do they have any injuries? No, not really. So, I mean, they have Tatum and Brown still. Their point guard is J.D. Davison and Porzingis. So it's still a solid team all around, but it's not as good as maybe when they had, like, Drew Holiday and Derek White. I mean, do they still have, yeah, they still have Derek White. What am I talking about? And then who else am I missing? There's someone else that I'm forgetting about. Oh, Al Horford, maybe. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's long gone. Regardless, game 1, 1-0. Great start. Beat them by 19, 39, and 29. So our backcourt right now is doing some work. We love to see it. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. Game 3, go up 3-0. No, we can't. Game 4, nope. Of course, we're going to another even series. So here we go. Game 5 in DC. If we can win this one, give ourselves an advantage here. That'll be absolutely sweet. Back and forth game. We start to take the lead. They take it back. And it looks like they're going to run away with this one at the very end. Unless we... no. Lose by 3. All right. Huge game 6. Backs against the wall. And Şengün gets hurt. So that's not a great sign. But game 6 in Boston. It's not looking good for us unless we can go on a run here, which we do. Can we keep the lead, though, is the question. It's looking like we're about to, and we are going to beat them in Game 6. We're going to a Game 7. Shingun is not playing, so we actually lost him, which really, really hurts. But Gaffer's still not a bad not a bad 5. So Game 7 in DC. Here goes nothing. If we can come out here and win this game and go to the Eastern Conference Finals, we are going to be in a great spot. So close game relatively, but it looks like I have a 20-point lead, and we don't need Shingun. We came out here and we beat the Celtics in 7. And I'll either get the Pacers or the 76ers. I think I'd rather play the Pacers, but I don't know what they look like at this point. It is the Pacers, so they are the 8th seed. We get home court advantage. So, moment of truth of what the Pacers look like. We have Halliburton, Shaedon Sharpe. Wow, nice backcourt. Jackson, Johnny Davis. 13 points on fire. Ooh, he's like, man. 44% shooting from 3. Damn, I gave up on him too soon, didn't I? Miles Turner, Isaiah, and then Tillman. So, solid team in Indiana. Buddy Hield is somehow stuck in Indiana still. Shaedon Sharpe, what's he doing nowadays? He's averaging 17. Oh, he's not even doing anything crazy. Okay, Halliburton, 26. Should be a fun series. Shingun is probably still a little bit away from coming back, I assume. Let's see. He is day-to-day. Okay, so he should be back very soon. Game 1, 1-0 start. Beat them pretty badly. Game 2, so far, the series, all 3 series have started the same. We went up 2-0, but obviously that has resulted in them evening it up right away. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Game 3, win it. Come on. Let's go, baby. 3-0. We beat them in 4. Let's go. Freaking swept them. And now we get the Warriors. So Luka Doncic and the Warriors. The Warriors have Frank, Hugo Gonzalez, Robert Williams, Jaren Jackson. That is a nasty defensive front court. But boys, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but Luka Doncic is hurt. Luka Doncic is hurt. If we lose this series with Luka out for the season, he's out for the season. Now, this is a really good team outside of just Luka, but you got to take advantage of that, right? Like, there's no way we can't win the series with Luka out for the season. Like, that is a huge advantage in our corner. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, even it up. Bro, if we lose to the Warriors without Luka, I'm going to be upset. 3-1, and we are going to beat them in 6? Yes, baby. Okay. We won a championship with the Wizards here at the very end. Collier is your Finals MVP. I think we got really lucky with Luka being out for the season because that team was really, really good on paper, even without him. So if they had Luka on that team, I don't know if we would have won that series, but we beat them in 6, and we had some very close ones here. But ultimately, it took us a while, but we did it. We beat everyone. We won a championship, and that's what matters at the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, as always. I'm going to go fix my lights because, yeah, there's like 4 of them on the ground right now. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go watch that podcast if you have some time. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.